Hello guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how I create these interlocking patterns. This is actually an array of these single element in here, and I'm using a survey to generate one piece like this, and I will do a polar pattern to generate this guy, and later I use the big array to array this one. So hope you enjoy the tutorial. Okay, so I will start. I'm using the prod workbench because I'm going to extrude some surfaces in the beginning. So now I create a new sketch in the top view, and I will create a center rectangle from the center point. I select the rectangle and I hit G and N to turn this into construction. Select the issue lines and hit E for equal. And I'm going to set the length of this line is 50. Next step, I will create a polyline. And I'm going to start from here. And the next point in the vertical line, the next point in here, the next point in here, somewhere in here, and the last point in here. Okay. I select these four lines and I hit E for equal. Okay. I select this point and then this line. I hit C to make these 3 points on the same line. Okay, now I create another polyline and I'm going to draw something like this. The same, I will select these 4 lines, hit E for equal, and just simply select this line and this line, hit E. Now the sketch is fully constrained. I close. Now I want to extrude this sketch up, so I select the sketch and I go to extrude. Extrude it up to 10, but I don't want to create solid. I just want to create surface. Click OK. Okay, so this is what we have. The next step is I'm going to create a new sketch based on this face. So I select this face and create a new sketch. Plane face. I'm going to reference this line and then this line. I create an arc, connect from here to here. And I'm going to set the radius to 120. I close it. Okay, next step, I'm going to sweep this arc along this edge. So I select the sweep tool and I double click on the sketch one. I click on sweep path and select this line. Hit done and check or uncheck FreeCAD the same. Click OK. Okay. Now I want to combine this one and this one together. So I control select the extrude and the sweep, and I go to union to join them. If I hide the fusion, you can see I still have an arc, so I also want to hide the arc. Now I show the fusion. The next step is I want to fillet this edge. So I select this edge and come over here, control select this edge, and I create a fillet with 10. Okay. Now I want to create a surface to fill this, to patch this hole. To generate the surface with many edges, in this case, I'm going to use the filling in the surface workbench. So I go to the surface and I click on the filling tool, and I'm going to start from the long edge and select edges in sequence. So if you cannot generate the surface, you can start with a different edge. Click OK. Now I come to this view and create another surface. Click OK. Now in the bottom, I'm going to fill it with surface. So I'm going to fill it. Click OK. Okay, now we part one of the holes. Now I go to the curves workbench. So for a new user, if you don't have the curves workbench, you can go to tools and add-on manager. You searching for the curves workbench and you install the add-on. Okay. Now I'm going to hit Shift and B, and I select everything. One of these faces, and I click on the tool Parametric Solid to generate surface. To generate solid based on selected faces. Now you should have the green solid in here. Okay, the next step is I'm going to round this corner down here and this corner up here. So in this case, if I go to the part workbench and I control select this edge and then this edge, and I create a fillet with 10. Click OK. Now you can see the fillet is working, but it has some problem in this fillet. I will show you right now. So because I want to create a pattern of this, so I'm going to go to the drag workbench. I click on the fillet and I go to the modification, array tools, and polar array. I want the number of elements is 4, and the center of rotation will be the point down here, this point. I click on this point and I have the pattern. But the next step is I want to combine these 4 into one single object. To do that, I go to the part workbench and I select the array and I go to union. But you can say the fusion doesn't work. So there is something wrong with the fillet. So I'm going to delete the fusion. I click on no. Okay. And I also delete the array to make things easier to see. So I'm going to show the fillet. And I'm going to delete the fillet. Delete it. So instead, I'm going to do the manual fillet. So I create a new sketch in the top view. And I'm going to reference this line and then this line. I create an arc, 3 points arc, start from this point to this point. And I'm going to select these 2 points and I hit V for vertical. And select this arc and this line. I hit T for tangent. And I'm going to set the radius to 10. Okay. Now I'm going to create a rectangle. Start from this point to here. Select this point and this point, hit C. Select this line and hit G and N to turn this into construction. Okay, now I can set the length of this line to lock it. Let's go to show. Okay. Now I'm going to select everything and I go to the symmetry and create symmetry constraint and select this middle line, close it. Now I'm going to extrude this sketch up to 100 to 50. Control select this solid and the extrude and I'm going to cut it. Now I think it will be more cleaner Right now, I'm going to try it again. I go to the rock workbench and I select the cut and I go to array. Let's go to 4 and I'm going to click on this point. Okay, now I go back to the product workbench and I select the array and I go to union. Now you can see the fusion is working. Next, I want to create a X and Y array. But before I do that, I need to know the distance of the array. So I'm going to create a new sketch in the top view. Okay, and I want to know, let's go to reference from here, this point and this point. I'm going to know, I want to know the distance between these 2 points. As you can see, is 100. I close it. And then I select the fusion. I go to the rock workbench. And I go to the array. And I click on this button to have this interface. In the X, I want is 5. In the Y, I want is 5. In the Z, I want is 1. In the X interval is 100, is good. In the Y interval, the Y is 100, is good. The Z interval, we don't need it. We can reset it. Click OK. Now you can see I have the array geometry. So that's it for the tutorial. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.